I'd like to believe that they're not faking it. Like if I was streaming on Chatterbait, I would actually masturbate because that's a fucking quote that's gonna get ripped. I would masturbate. VTubers that are doing porn, like VTubers on, well, they're not VTubers, they're not on YouTube. They are virtual celebrities, let's say, or virtual actors or actresses that are getting fucked or or masturbating on stream for all to see while viewers are donating to them. For example, Project Melody on Chatterbait. So generally speaking, what are you guys' thoughts on said adult virtual actors regarding we'll just start with that. Like, what's your thoughts on it? Snow, what's your thought? Yeah, go ahead.
They don't like to be known. Like, they have a YouTube channel, and if it's YouTube, and if it's prawn website, then it's prawn website. So they have like eligible names for them. Like for Project Melody is Science Team, and my brain's dead.
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess that.
No, that was a definition and explanation of what VTubers are. Fantastic. So what are your thoughts on VTubers that do porn?
Like, what's your opinion, yeah?
VTubers that do porn. I watch them a lot. I think it's good for people that into that. It's good for people who are really into that. Mostly Freak and me. I don't know about you, Preston.
Freak and I. Holy shit.
A lot of Freak and I. Yeah.
Look, we're gonna do language things later. Don't worry about it, Frosty. Well, okay. How about this then?
That's barely it.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I get a minute here? Snow. Mm-hmm. When we asked your opinion on it, right? Your opinion was people who like watching VTuber porn like watching VTuber porn. That is the most non-statement answer I've ever heard. That's all I want to say.
Well, I mean, we can expand on it. Do you like watching VTubers? Do you think they're better than real real people?
They are better than real people I watch both perspective in real life and VTuber as well, and the unrealistic of the graphic makes it more better, if that makes sense. Like, realistic way is not really unhygienic. It's better, yeah.
Okay, then how about this?
Interesting.
Yeah, and what do you think about how do I say this? When Project Melody got popular, a lot of real streamers on Chatterbait got very pissed at Project Melody. Like, how they got pissed, like how can this virtual chick outpower us and be more popular than us? We're exposing our real bodies, and she's getting more popular and showcasing her polygons only.
That's one of the main reasons to I don't know if everybody that watched Project Melody on Chatterbait before has my opinion, what I like about it, like in unrealistic way. I mean, like virtually character, and realistically I don't really like it because it's like for me uninterested, something like that. But I mean, it's anime. In the end of the day,
you're more interested in it. So and like you like fantasy rather than real life adult entertainment.
Yes.
Let me try to understand this right. Are you saying that because you're a disgusting weeb, you enjoy anime more than real women, and because you like the cleanliness of it all, right? It's
I guess that's most straight to the point.
there's no liquids, there's no like messy, there's no spillage, there's no liquids, there's nothing spraying everywhere. Everything's really easily cleaned because it's all virtual. Okay.
Hygienic. It's about hygiene. Okay, and yeah.
If you think about the practicalities of it, right, the real life counterparts, and whether or not these people are fucking themselves, if you consider that they're actually fucking themselves, then I don't know if hygiene is the correct word, because these people will be in like full body tracking suits, right? Yeah. Probably high quality, like, you know, sort of pseudo semi-pro gear in a VR headset, fucking themselves. Yeah. That's a lot of technology next to a lot of liquids, you know? I don't know if hygiene is the right word.
They have a lot of baggies. It's visually
hygienic, obviously, but a lot of baggies, of course. Project Melody, I'm calling you. How do you fuck yourself? I want to know. Like, new list.
I think it's mostly, but like,
genuinely curious.
If it's more unhygienic, if it's more like you didn't see any kind of messy like when they're doing it.
Yeah, it hides the mess.
Then I think that's good. Yeah,
it's for the entertainment of the viewer.
Then, all right then.
It doesn't matter what happens behind the scenes. Well, but going back to the point, so do you think the real streamers are justified in getting angry at, let's say, not necessarily Project Melody, but more so about Chatterbait allowing Project Melody to perform what she performed on Chatterbait? So do you think real streamers allow?
She performed all the requirements, yeah.
But she's not showing her body. She's basically showing hentai.
But he is too.
It's still the same. It's still the same. For me, I mean, for me, it's still the same content. Like, literally, porn, you know?
Wait,
I don't get the difference.
For context, I don't really. I know about Project Melody. I watch some of her YouTube streams and the other content she makes with other people from AI. I don't remember what the VTuber company is called. But in general, I've not ever watched a full sort of stream.
It's VShoujo.
So I wanted to ask Snow about this.
Yeah.
There we go, VShoujo, yeah. I wanted to ask Snow about this, which is there a proper DPS and like deformation in terms of penetration?
They probably use a different
Is there proper deformation when penetration happens, like DPS or anything else?
They're not.
I'm curious.
When they record of live streaming, from what I know, Project Melody doesn't use VRchat as a base, as far as I know.
Yeah,
but
I know,
I might be wrong.
Okay, fair.
People might.
But I'm asking whether or not, when the penetration happens, there's actual deformation around the member, the object, or whatever. Okay, let me baby this down a little bit. When you put the dick in the vagina, does the vagina change shape to accommodate the penis? Holy shit! God damn.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I was curious.
Yes.
No, it all made sense. I was just trying to not get cancelled on YouTube or get demonetized. We aren't monetized. We should be though.
Just like
Susan.
Beep.
Susan.
All right.
Oh god.
Okay. Well, I mean, from what I've seen, I don't know. Maybe like in her like latest videos, maybe that's changed. But I don't think she has DPS on her streams. So she's just like
interesting.
Dildoing air into air, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I was just curious as to whether or not. Obviously, it won't be actually DPS because DPS is a weird VR chat thing. But I mean, you know, that sort of system where you have some sort of deformation and you have some sort of interaction and quote unquote real penetration.
Yeah.
Mostly just curious. I have no clue. I don't really consume that sort of content. So.
All right. So I mean, continue off. So what's your thoughts on virtual porn actresses, Rusty?
I think it's good. I think it's cool. Yeah, like. So I think it's good. I think it's a good way to sort of allow them to keep a shred of anonymity without having to censor their faces. I think it's fantastic that you allow people to fantasize about things that are otherwise unattainable in the real world, right? Anime girls fucking themselves is an interesting genre of content. I will say it is surprising it took so long for us to get to anime girl fucking themselves on stream, and I'm really surprised by the reaction on Chatterbait. So I understand the feeling that you are, that the fact that a virtual streamer that may or may not be fucking themselves, we don't know, she could just be a fantastic actor, is somehow taking her job even though she's not exposing any part of herself, let alone her body. But I also want to argue that sort of it's unrealistic to assume, given how popular anime is, that you would ever win in that scenario, right? Hentai, fucking virtual hentai that's able to react to you is always going to win out, I think, because of the prevalence of weebs within sort of the general sort of gaming or internet sphere. So yeah.
And
that's my thoughts. Also, I think it's cool, but I'm mostly curious about how she fucks herself. I want to know, like, are you actually fucking yourself, or are you just an incredible actress? I don't know.
Yeah, and we'll get to that. But then, what's your? So, do you think are the anger of real streamers justified against virtual streamers? At least on Chatterbait.
I think so. From my perspective, because I'm going to say words that might not be true, but I'm going to say them because I think it sounds funny. I'm an experimentalist progressive, right? So, no. But I think it's incredibly innovative. And I think the anger expressed is very similar to the anger of sort of menial jobs getting replaced by machines, right? It's not automated. A machine isn't replacing you, but a certain amount of technology is. And my answer to that is you should adapt, right? Become an anime girl that fucks herself,
Yeah.
I think some of the anger is justified, but I think the real criticism is if you are getting replaced by an anime girl, then your tits were kind of made to start with. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah. Okay, and
make better content. Let's go.
Yeah, and okay. So then, considering what you were wondering, so do you think they're faking it? Do you think Project Melody is faking it?
I don't know. I think. Okay, so let me reframe this. I think a lot of Chatterbait content is faked. I know that a lot of it has real penetration, but I still think some of the reactions are obviously hammed up for camera, right? We know that in porn this happens because real sex is oftentimes not as explosive as what a lot of porn is, right? And so I expect a lot of the interactions to be hammed up, even in sort of a camming situation. And, I will say that I think it's certainly easier to fake fucking yourself if you're a VTuber, right? Or you're a 3D model of an anime girl, because nobody could check whether or not penetration's happening. And from a practicality standpoint, I understand why you would do that, right? Because it's a job. It's not actually pleasure. You're trying to entertain an audience while fucking yourself, and it's probably difficult if you're sort of pseudo-delirious and super into it as well. Whether or not I think Project Melody or anyone specific is faking it, I do not know. I would like to believe that they're not, because I think that facade of realism, right? That the idea that there is a woman of some sort behind the camera or behind the 3D model fucking herself is part of the appeal of their content.
Yeah.
I also want to say that I'm not sure if the people that are really into it, like genuinely into the anime part of it or the fantasy part of it, care if it's fake. In the same sense that on lots of aspects, I don't really care that porn is fake, or a lot of the camera angles from porn is fake. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up like behind the scenes footage of porn. A lot of the times when you get that overhead shot of the girl getting fucked, she's not getting fucked. Some guy's like tugging on her legs and just shaking her around, and she's just making the sounds. It's just cinema. It's
And in that case, do you think it's? I mean, let's say not the, let's say, sex or intercourse part of streams, if there is such a thing on Chatterbait regarding virtual actors or actresses. But what about if they're alone and they are masturbating? Aside from like faking it or not, the question here is: should they fake it, like on their own personal level? Like I'd imagine I mean, this is a job, yes, but I'd imagine like you fucking yourself would be nice while doing the job, I guess. So would it be beneficial to not fuck yourself?
I don't know if it would, is the real consideration. Right, I work at home, right? So there's no real concern about people finding out what I do, or like, you know, knowing if I jacked off during work hours, right? I don't, because I'm busy, I have stuff to do, I have things to accomplish. I wonder how goal-oriented these streams are, how sort of focused they are in these things, right? Because my understanding of a lot of chat-based content, and that's not just within the sphere of VTubers or virtual models or people like Project Melody, but it's in the wider sphere, is that it's a lot of edging. It's like hours of edging, because you have to wait until they hit the dono goal or whatever. And that has to be hard on you, right? And I think to some extent that at the very least, some of it has to be fake. Because okay, maybe I lack self-control, but I will find it very difficult to edge myself for like 2 or 3 hours continuously. Whether or not that's because I don't have a financial incentive to do that, I don't know. But I don't think it's ethical for us to consider whether or not it's a good idea or it's moral to argue whether or not you should fake it. I think faking is an option. But I do believe that there should be an element of truth to it, right? At the very least, when you hit the dono goal, I think you should really be fucking yourself. Because I think that's genuine, and I think people are attracted to sort of a genuine display of pleasure, or a genuine display of sort of climax. And I think sometimes people notice if you're faking it, right? Whether or not being a VTuber makes it more difficult, people will notice. I don't know. Not my type of content. So
yeah, and
I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter how they do it. I think it's the result of like how they display on the screen, I think.
So as long as people like the results, that doesn't matter if they're faking it or not.
Yeah, for me, it doesn't matter if it's fake or not. Mostly, like, I'm used to in VRchat interaction. Mostly people do like noises, and then for like sound, how do you say is like feel like people feel more. Yeah.
And do you think it's
feel better
good that they're faking it? Like, is it good for them if they're faking it?
If that's the content that they're going for or how they're doing it, then yeah.
So let's assume
I would do it.
No, yeah, let's assume you're on Chatterbait, and so people don't see your they only see your like virtual body. You can either like just imagine like just showcasing to the people that you're masturbating, or you can actually masturbate, and what would be the benefit of either or like masturbating and not masturbating, faking and not faking, in your thoughts?
I probably can mimic what Project Melody did like a lot. Mostly she did was just standing up and using like tools that have animation on it, and then make noises out of that. Yeah.
Does she's still doing that? Not past tense, all right?
Yes. Yes, she's still doing it.
Fair point. Okay, yeah. In my case, I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's fun as well. And yeah, as Frosty mentioned that, yes, you know, get in with the times, old man. So yeah, adapt or die. And how I see it is that the way how they could adapt, or in terms of bringing in like a unique selling point to compete with Project Melody, is perhaps you can showcase both, where you're in full gear, and on one side of the screen you showcase yourself in full gear and full body tracking, and on the left side is your virtual avatar. Both of them are fucking each other like themselves, and I think people would find that interesting. And honestly, I think that's a great idea. If any Chatterbait streamer, if any Chatterbait give me some kickback, let's say 20%.
So I think it'll be interesting, but I don't know if I'd be turned on by it. I'd mostly just be curious about how they fuck themselves and how tangled in wire they can be.
Yeah, for the science.
They'll be using a cabled headset for sure.
for a science
Yeah.
team.
And in terms of faking it, I mean, like my opinion on that is, I think are they faking it? I'm not sure. I want to say no. I'd like to believe they're not faking it. However, is it beneficial if they fake it? I don't think that it would be that beneficial. I think it would be boring. Like if I was streaming and like on Chatterbait, I would actually masturbate because that's a fucking quote that's gonna get ripped. I would masturbate.
You heard it here first. You'll actually masturbate if he streams a Chatterbait.
Yeah, I would masturbate and enjoy the masturbation process while
it's
streaming,
a
and I wouldn't
VOD.
fake it. Yeah. Okay. What's your thoughts? Would you
Dude, I
masturbate
don't know.
on Chatterbait?
Oh, fuck. You must be on Chatterbait? Let us know in the comments below, and if you would, right, text me your Chatterbait
Okay, yeah.
link. I don't know.
If
As long as you're
every-
over 18, though.
If all of us started Chatterbaiting with our VRchat avatars, who would you give money more towards, or who would you watch more? Tell us in the comments.
I won't do that. I won't do that. Okay, okay.
How much money would you take for you to be on Chatterbait with this avatar schlinging?
Oh goodness.
What's
I
the
don't know,
donation
50K
per
a
month?
month?
50k, okay.
20K a month. 20K a month.
20K.
20K a month. We'll go 20K a month.
Oh.
Any lower?
goodness.
Any lower?
No, and I'll do it for real.
For okay, 20k a month, and he'll with this avatar he'll schling his dong.
He'll do it with 3.
Okay. What's this? Oh yeah.
Here's
So
the question:
from-
how much would you
yeah.
two do it for? No.
Oh.
We need to know. How much would the two of you do it for?
Look, if I'm living in California, I'd want 50k. But if I'm living in Turkey, I'd go with 10k. Okay, 10k, yeah. What about you?
Oh, I know you're gonna ask that.
We're talking America, of course.
I go about 20k
Okay,
USD. Yeah.
20, 10, 50,
20 or 30.
10, 20 or 30. Okay, okay. Hell yeah.
I like how you quantified it. I like that you quantified it with California, because I would not live in California regardless. I'm sorry.
No, I wouldn't
If it's
either.
in
But
California, but like, no.
if for some reason people wanted like me to masturbate in California, then that's my price.
They want you to masturbate using your virtual model, right, that they
In
can never
California.
see. They know what you look like, but they want you specifically to be in California. They want to know that you're in the same state as they are.
Yes,
God
I'll put
damn.
like a green
They
screen
want
and
you
with
to,
like
they want you
a
to stuff an In-N-Out burger all the way up there, you know?
yes.
All the way up there.
Oh.
Oof.
They want me to masturbate as I think about climate change. Okay.
You just be like, oh fuck, we're all fucked, guys. Oh god.
The
Dude,
waves,
sea
they're
levels are
coming.
fucking rising, bros. Oh fuck. Oh dude, Waterworld, be real. Why didn't that film make any money? Holy shit, it's such a good film. It's like Mad Max,
I
but
mean, I
in
can
water.
do some pretty good noises and voices as well. So I guess I'm gonna
Yeah.
put it.
See,
really high
unlike Snow,
and
right?
make sure
If you
that-
give me 20K a month, mine will be genuine, right? I don't ERP, so I can't make those voices because I'm not cringe.
He will just be
swear
like,
to I'll just be completely silent, and then when it happens, I'll be like, oh, yeah.
Okay, enough of the
I
porn
wouldn't
talk.
even make those noises. Okay.
We'll talk.
A mistake. I was about to ask Snow. I was gonna go. Do you actually make noises as you're jacking? Is that a thing you do? Like, you should
Look,
stream it on Discord. I want to find out what sounds you make.
It's subconscious.
Subconscious.
You want me to stream while I'm masturbating, and what sounds did I make?
Okay, private Discord
God.
session.
Yeah, I'm
let's go.
curious.